We're so glad you're here today. We are thrilled that you've come to hear what our big surprise is. First of all, we appreciate all of y'all so much and all the things that you have done for our organization over the years. You've been there on mission trips. You've helped with fundraisers.
You let us park in your driveway.
You let us park in your
Like the preacher's here. Oh, hello.
yeah, for all our comings and our goings and our spreading the news about what SHIP is doing, letting people know the impact that the ministry in El Salvador is having on the people there in El Salvador. Let me take a minute and introduce our board. Going around the room. Tim Skaggs, Terry Helsher. Where'd Laura go?
Right over there.
Okay, Laura and John back there hiding in the food's in here. John Lawrence back there. Have I missed anyone? Oh, Robert.
Yes, you
Where's
have.
our president? Come in here.
And your husband.
And my husband, yes.
And your husband.
And I'm on the board as well. Our staff, this is Sarah Horton, and she's the Director of Development. Susan Lee, where are you?
Right there.
Okay, she's administration. And Phoebe?
Phoebe,
Way back there is our admin assistant.
doing something secret.
Yeah, y'all don't look back there. I told you. Okay. Today we have news to share with you. When we started SHIP, we didn't have a clue what we were doing because we did not intend to start SHIP. It came about organically, sort of. But that's how most SHIP starts. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
It's recording.
Bob, you can
And your
edit
preacher's
that, right?
here, but-
Oh, he don't care. The first trip we ever made was September 24th, 2004. And we had no clue that we'd ever go back again. But we did, because God touched our hearts. And we had to. So September 24th, 2004, we made our first trip. By December 7th, we had gone back at least once, bought property, 12 acres, had a fundraiser, had money, we bought the property, and we talked to the IRS and became legal. We became a 501c3 in 76 days from first trip to becoming an actual nonprofit organization. So since it took such a short period of time, 76 days, it's no wonder we ended up with
SHIP.
a name like SHIP. And that's what brings us here today.
Okay, yeah, it does. So in order to become, oh, hey, someone else is here. In order to become a 501c3, you have to come up with a name. And when you have to get your 501c3 paperwork in really quickly, you have to come up with a name as quickly as possible. At the time, Shelter the Homeless International Projects made a lot of sense as a name. It was a lot of name, but it did really speak to what the main focus of the ministry was. It was about sheltering homeless children who needed a new orphanage built. And so Shelter the Homeless International Projects was born. It, like I said, it made sense at the time. Right now, though, as we have grown as an organization, the focus is not just on sheltering the homeless. We're still proud that that's a part of what we do. We do a lot of construction and we do a lot of other work like that. But in addition to that, we have a school, we offer clean water, we have Bible studies, we have retreats, we have tons of other things. And so now Shelter the Homeless International Projects, even though it's a big name, is kind of limiting. It's not exactly what we do. So we shortened it to SHIP International. That becomes a bit of a problem too, because if we're looking to grow the organization and get people to find out what we are, who we are, what we're doing, it's hard to find us. We don't show up until maybe page 5 of a Google search. And
Anybody had trouble with that?
yeah. Does anyone go to page 5 of a Google search? No, you didn't even know there was a page 5 of a Google search. There is. We're there. But for anyone who's just looking for us, they're not going to get there. But who does find us is people who want to know about shipping things internationally.
Y'all have containers?
We do not have, well, kind of. We do ship containers occasionally. Do you know where to find sailors? No, but if you do, let us know. We've gotten these questions.
Seriously?
So seriously. Susan has fielded them, and
Somehow they found our home phone number.
yeah, where are the sailors? Again, we don't know. But call back later. Maybe we'll find some. So ship international, it's a difficult word, a difficult name for that reason. The other thing is that it's really difficult for our friends in El Salvador to say because SH doesn't begin any word in Spanish. So we're Chip International, which is kind of cool, but they already have a national chip brand, so it doesn't really work that well for us. And let's see, other things about it.
Isn't that enough?
That is kind of enough. Well, the other thing is we all know what it sounds like, and we've had to enunciate very clearly.
Most recently, we have a new administrator
in El Salvador.
in El Salvador, and he came to me and he said, Ann, I want to make sure I say it correctly. I understand there's a bad word. I said, you're doing fine, Kevin. Don't worry about it.
But we've had a lot of fun with the name over the years. But we thought, 20 years in, maybe it's time to rebrand with something that speaks a little more to what we do and who we are.
And that brings us to why we invited you all today to come here and hear our big surprise.
So we have a new name.
Yes, it's taken us a year almost to get a new name. And we didn't come up with this all on our own.
We didn't. When we started thinking about a new name, I said I wasn't in on the process of naming it the first time, but I think maybe some help would be good. I'm just gonna say maybe we need an outside okay. Everyone's the hot potato. Like it wasn't me. It was not me. So we enlisted the help of Fidelis Creative
Agency.
And we have Tim Douglas and Romansky here, Thaddeus Romansky here. Sorry.
And they put up with us for a year and led us and helped us figure out our identity.
Are we difficult? Yes. But
don't get them started.
No, please. But we finally did settle on a name, and our new name is Bright Hill Collective.
And this is who we are. Why are we Bright Hill Collective?
We are Bright Hill to remind us of the light of God, which we follow. Hill, which represents the area in El Salvador that we work, and Collective as a reminder that we are all working together to follow God's will. If you like it, let us know. If you don't, feel free to make fun of us. We would tell them. And
oh, here we go.
Even bigger.
Banner. Woohoo! The colors are beautiful.
Thank you.
So we have at least one member of our board who is a University of Texas grad, and the inclusion of orange, we're calling it coral, but
or pumpkin or something.
or pumpkin, yes, autumnal squash.
So when we first began working in El Salvador and bought the land, after we purchased the property, they told us that the street that we took to get to our new property was called Oscurana, darkness. Mm-hmm. Over the past 20 years, though, it's become a place of light. Yes. It's a hill where the light of Jesus shines. Isaiah 9:2, which is Bright Hill's verse for this year, says that the people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. We're so thankful that our name now reflects what's going on in our little part of El Salvador, the tiniest country in Central America, in our little neighborhood. So, anyway.
And as just another bit of good news, as of next week.
Yes.
Next, is it Monday?
This is big.
Yes.
I mean, this was worth coming here for next Monday.
Tomorrow?
A week from tomorrow.
So a week from Monday,
Tomorrow.
we have our first missionary couple that will be moving to El Salvador from Panama.
Super excited.
Yes, we are super excited. The Escudero family, Edwin, Jennifer, and their two boys, Matias and Yvonne, are going to be coming. And Matias and Yvonne will be students at our school, La Luz de Jesus. And we've gotten to meet them all and spend time with them, and we love them. They're the sweetest family. So be praying for them, because this is a huge move for them and a huge change in their lives.
They have been with us on 2 occasions. They made the first trip first week of September, and then they came back for the camp that we had. About 70 people go to camp for our young people, young ladies, young men, and they were there. And the whole area is just embracing them, so we're really excited, and we can't wait to see what God's going to do to La Familia Escudero.
At Bright Hill.
At Bright Hill.
At Bright Hill, yes.
So one thing that you will probably notice, not right this second because you're looking this way, but when you look that way, our piano has been covered with some swag bags. If you'd like to take one of those per family as you leave, or go and check those out. There's information in there about our upcoming mission trips, a little handout about why we changed our name, and also a fun thing about what Bright Hill does. And it is basically the same handout as the one we had about what SHIP does, because we're doing the same thing. And also, we're still a 501c3, so all of your donations are still tax deductible.
In case y'all need a pen.
I know you wanted me to.
So when is it?
It is officially now. So you will notice that if you go to our website tomorrow, that's going to look different. In just about 2 hours, our Facebook will have an announcement, and our Instagram will have an announcement, and then tomorrow all of our social media will start to change up quite a bit. Yay!
So thank you all so much. We love you. We couldn't do it without you. And